Hi everyone, it's Geneviève from GenevièveMarie.com, and in this week's Tuesday's OP Tech Tip, we are looking at menus and what you can do with the menu capability in OP. So basically, I say OP, but I mean ultimately it's WordPress. But OP as a theme, OptimizePress as a theme, allows you to work with multiple menus. And that's really interesting because other themes don't always do that. And you never know when you might require more than one menu. Now, for the most part, if you're just building a business site or just a regular personal website, you might only need one menu spread across the top. But if you are also building a blog within your biz site, you might want to have a customized menu that will also sit in just in your blog itself. So you've got your regular, about, work with me, testimonials, and all that on your main menu, but in your blog menu, you might have it separated per category. And for those of us who want to also include an e-course or a membership site within our biz site, so not on its own domain, you might also want to be able to offer your users a whole other menu once they're logged into the membership site or the membership side of your site. So let's look at how we do this, because for some it's a really confusing thing to do, and it's actually not. It's actually really simple. So just like building a regular menu, which is what we're going to do here, you go to Appearance, look for menus. So I'll just walk you through it. If you go to your WordPress dashboard, look for Appearance, click on Menus. Now this is an old menu that I have here, so I'm going to remove it so that you can see exactly how I got it here. Just give me 1 second. I actually should have probably done this before recording this, but I like to do things live. So menu 1. So let's call it main menu. So I know that this is the main menu that I want to appear on my site. And I'll say save menu, so the name is saved. And now I want to add my pages. So let's click on view all. So I want to add a home page. I don't even know if this is an actual, these are all demo pages that I use to teach OptimizePress. So I want to add my testimonials page. I want to add my work with me page. And I should have the blog page and about page should be here as well. Here we go, about. So as you can see, they're kind of not in the right order. They are definitely not in the order I want them to appear in the menu on my site. So the best way to do this is to just simply drag and drop. So home goes first, about, work with me, and the blog. Now, I don't know if you noticed here when I did this, when you move them and you skew them to the right, they suddenly now become part of the page that sits right atop them. So you have to be careful when you set up your menu. This is for a drop-down menu. So for instance, let's say in the About page, I want to have a section that speaks directly to my my followers about the personal side of me. Then I could have a page set up this way and then another page below. So this could be my personal about me and this could be my business about me. So these two pages wouldn't necessarily appear on the menu until you hover over about, and then they would drop down. So anyways, we're just building a simple menu. Let me put this back this way. And now I say save menu. And there you go. Now let's say I also wanted to create a new menu for my blog. I click on create menu and I would type in blog menu. And I say create menu. Now, normally for a blog, a good idea is to set up a menu that's based on categories. And this could also be great if you have a membership site. Normally membership sites have categories where e-course sites have modules. So you could definitely build your menu based on this concept of using categories. So when you're working with a blog and you're writing blog posts, you tend to use tag words, and you also use categories. So let's assume that this is my OptimizePress training site, and I want to give my readers who go to my blog page and read my posts the ability to also click on categories without having them listed, let's say, in the sidebar. So I could say that I want to have a category on launching, one on page building, one on social media, and one on Optimize Member. And I add it to the menu, and there they are. And again, if I want to move them around, I can. So it's really easy. So for instance, even if I add OptimizePress and I bring it up here and I want to make Optimize Member a subcategory of OptimizePress, I do it this way. And if ever I wanted to change the label that appears in the menu, then I could also do that by saying, OP setup. And there we have it. Now it's called OP Setup. And this is what will appear on the menu. So I'm going to save this menu. Now, here's the thing. When you're working with a blog in OP, and in most WordPress themes, you can tell where you want this menu to appear. Is it going to be at the top menu, or is it going to be the primary menu? Which means that even within your blog, you again can have two menus that show at once, which is really great. So what you want to do is you might want to use your main menu for the top, and then you might want to use your blog menu for the blog primary menu. So we'll leave that like this. And then if you wanted to add a third menu, so let's create a third menu. This could be our footer menu. Maybe in your footer, you want to add some custom links. So for instance, to your Facebook page. So you would call this Facebook, and then you would link it to Facebook. You just add it here. Let's just leave it facebook.com, but obviously you would customize it to take people to your fan page. So you would add to menu, and let's do Twitter. Same thing here. Add to menu. Now I've got a menu set up in my footer. So I save this menu. And now let's create one last one and call it the membership. Create menu. And now I'm going to look for all my membership pages, so modules. So let's just pretend that these modules are categories. And let's do welcome page and my video pages. And there we go. So module 1 will sit at the top, module 2, 3, 4, my welcome page. And let's say video 2 falls under module 2 and video 1 falls under module 1. And now I've got a membership menu. So once you have all your menus set up, obviously your pages need to exist before you can set up your menu. But once you've got your menu set up, now you can go into your different settings and use your menu. So let's go into blog settings to start. And my blog is currently turned off, but that doesn't matter. So when I go into my my layout structure, and I go to my header navigation preferences. This is where there's a few things that I can customize. I can customize if I want my logo to the side with my menu alongside of it, or do I want to use a header with my menu below it? Either way, once you've decided that, this is where you now come and set up your menus. So the blog primary menu, you can define what you want it to look like here. But ultimately, whatever you chose in menus and checkmarked as blog primary navigation menu is what will appear. And for blog top navigation, it's the same idea. So let's go back here to menus just so we can have a quick recap on this. If I select my menu here, you see that it already has in the brackets blog primary menu. So I know that when I'm defining the look and feel of that, the blog primary menu, it is what I built as the blog menu that will be pulled up. And if I go to my main menu and I tell that I tell it to be the top menu, then that is also what is going to happen on the blog page. So if I go back to my pages and I go to my blog and I preview it, I have my main menu on top and I have my blog menu at the bottom. Now this page obviously doesn't look great because we've done zero customization to it, but it gives you an idea. Now, if I go back to OptimizePress and I go to my dashboard, where I can set up my global settings, here is where I would define if I'm using a logo, I would put it here. But then one of the things that you want to do, and sorry, I'm completely in the wrong place. Let's just come back here and go to a page. Let's say I go to my About page, which is nothing, and I click on the live editor. Here is where I can go and define my menus. So I go to layout settings, and I come over here where it says header navigation. And now, of course, again, I can choose whether I want my logo to appear or if I have a banner or header image. And then I decide where I want my menu. So for instance, let's just say we want a menu to be below the header. Now here's where I get to decide which menu I want to show. So if this is my main site, I obviously want my main menu to appear. If it was my course site, I would want my membership menu to appear. So if I click update, and then make sure you've got it turned on. There we go. And now my menu appears. Now let's just go back and let's assume that this is actually my course or my membership site. So we will switch this menu to my membership menu. And now you have the membership menu. And if you wanted both to appear, which is always a possibility, you come back down here and let's say I want the navigation bar above to be my main and the navigation bar below to be my course menu. There we go. I would have them both there. So this is just a quick way for you to understand how you can use the menus to your advantage. You can create a variety of different ones. There's also the footer one that you can use, which we're not using here just yet, but that you could totally set up as part of your footer. And again, you just go in layout settings and you go to the footer area and you can choose your navigation menu right here. When I click update, it'll appear. But this is just different ways that you can help customize the look and feel of your course, your blog, or your business site. So I hope this was helpful. Please make sure to comment below, send me questions, reach out to me. You can always find me on Facebook. Just search for my name, Geneviève Marie, and you can always find more great tips such as this in my group at facebook.com/groups/optimize your course.